Well, Frank, what I think is interesting is the reaction of the Chinese government, or the non-reaction, because officially the foreign ministry dodged a question. They didn't actually go into anything other than a boilerplate statement, which was that Beijing's position on TikTok is consistent and clear. But the state media reaction has been interesting in that it's been quoting a pro-Beijing professor on the TikTok deal. And that professor is saying that this deal is in line with Chinese law, that this is not a sale of the algorithm, that Oracle is only reviewing the algorithm, and so it cannot copy or steal it, that TikTok will remain 100% owned by ByteDance. And with that and the focus of that professor on how this is in line with Chinese law, as well as the fact that there is a closing date of January 22nd for this JV deal, suggests that the Chinese believe that this is going to go through.
Okay. We're seeing a proxy speak for the Chinese government. I think the key issue here is that this joint venture is not going to own the algorithm. You and I were talking before the show. It's like selling the car, but you keep the engine. How should we really view this when it comes to the trade relations between U.S. and China? The fact that they're doing this joint venture, but really what I think most people would see the most valuable asset, the algorithm, isn't part of the deal. Well,
I think what's interesting about this deal is that it's consistent with what we're seeing between China and President Trump. And that is that the Chinese, or at least it's a belief in China, that the Chinese want President Trump to continue to be on what Beijing believes is the right path. So what we're seeing is the TikTok deal, for example, something that's not strategically important for Beijing, but is something that President Trump has been hoping for. It would be good for him politically to be able to close this deal. So them handing that one over. Also, soybeans, so another one that, from a strategic standpoint for Beijing, isn't really that important, but is something that they know would continue to maintain that relationship with President Trump.
Yeah, I think the soybeans are a win for the president, perhaps. This TikTok deal could be another win for the president. So, Eunice, stand by right now. Joining the conversation right now is John Stoltzfus, Chief Investment Strategist at Oppenheimer Asset Management. John, welcome to the conversation. Of course, Oracle shares are surging on this news. What do you think this means for the tech trade that's been under a lot of pressure in recent days?
Frank, great to be on the show this morning with you. I've got to say that I think it's great for technology. It reminds everybody that indeed we're all on the upgrade cycle, whether we like it or not. Chips are an important part of our life, and the whole portfolio of technology appears to be in good stead, in the sense that we're not going back to the abacus or the abacus or the slide rule, folks. This is a technology world. And the agreement that we see here that appears to be in the wings with China, related to a particular deal we're talking about. I can't specifically address that because the firm doesn't like their portfolio managers, who are also strategists, to be pitching any stock. So I'm not doing that. But it looks like a very healthy thing. And we think overall, this revives a trade that got a little sour for the last 10 days or so. And it looks like we're back on track.
All right, so very interesting take, John. We're going to get more on with you in just a second. But Eunice, I want to come back to you. Just pulling on the thread you were talking about, not quite an olive branch, but kind of it seems like a give to the president and to the United States. We're also hearing from the president, Kristen Welker from NBC News, speaking with the president yesterday. Some of those comments released saying that his tariffs are permanent, and of course they're going to stay. Could any of this be a factor in this whole thing, that you want to give the president something? Even if the tariffs are permanent, there might be negotiation. And it seems like the Chinese government is at least, not an olive branch, you told me. It's not quite an olive branch, but it's certainly a gift.
Well, it's definitely a gift, because it looks as though they are trying to do what the Chinese are so great at doing, which is divide and conquering. So they look at President Trump, they see that it appears that he wants to have a close relationship with them. Maybe not the same case for the rest of the administration or for people in the U.S. national security community. So if they continue to give President Trump, TikTok or soybeans, something that isn't so important for them, but something that they know he would appreciate a lot, that in that way they do what they do so well, which is to be able to divide President Trump from the rest of the U.S. national security and perhaps even people within his own administration.